Here are things LEGO needs to add to their Marvel lineup of LEGO sets. Part 1, a UCS Avengers Tower, or a modular. Let's go. So, Marvel is an amazing theme altogether. It has some really cool sets such as a UCS Helicarrier, although it's not UCS, we'll consider it that because it does have a display plaque and everything. And it has stuff like the Hulkbuster, not the best, but still an amazing set and a really big one. And also stuff like the Black Panther bust, which is also not the best, quite overpriced. But then you also have things that I'm looking for. Stuff like the LEGO Sanctum Sanctorum, a modular set that can connect to other things in a city. Or the Daily Bugle. They're both super cool sets and they're both modulars. I love that and they really look really good. Although connected is kind of weird because you do connect a comic set and an MCU set because the Daily Bugle is based off the comics, whereas the Sanctum Sanctorum is based off the movies. They're still super cool and look really good together. And there's one thing that's missing from this modular line, I feel. We have the Daily Bugle, a super tall skyscraper that towers over anything in the city. But there's one thing that we just don't have yet. That's an Avengers Tower. Now, we did get 2 different Avengers Tower sets, but they were more play sets. So we have that one from like 2015, which was quite good, but then we have a new one from 2020, which is also really good. But I feel like they could do something more. They could make an amazing Avengers Tower or Stark Tower, whatever you want to call it, it will look amazing. It could be as tall as a Daily Bugle, if not taller, and be a modular that could connect to anything. I think it'd be super cool in a city and made really well. I also think it'd be extremely popular. Seeing the popularity of the Daily Bugle and the Sanctum Sanctorum after their release, making a Stark Tower or Avengers Tower would be insane. And that it would be like a huge symbol on the side and it would just look amazing. Some people have made mocks and they might be a bit too big because like they've made them themselves and they use like 10 to 20,000 pieces. But I feel like they could make a smaller scale one but still quite big to be modular, and you could take off each floor to reveal little scenes that you could recreate from the movies inside the tower. I think it'd be super cool and you could have some really good minifigs in that. It could be like a scale of the Daily Bugle on minifigs. You could have the whole Avengers team, some of the different villains they've fought next to the Avengers Tower and things like that, because the Daily Bugle has the most LEGO minifigures of any set ever. So that means that Stark Tower could actually take that over, just because of how much happens there and how much you could add into that set. Also, speaking of 10,000 piece sets, we do have the Eiffel Tower, 5 feet tall. You could always just do that for the Avengers Tower, 10,000 pieces, 5 feet tall. Nothing's stopping you, LEGO. But I know that that one wouldn't sell as well, so they probably wouldn't do that. They'd probably make it around the same height as the Daily Bugle, or maybe the tower towers to the height of that antenna. So then it's just a bit taller than the Daily Bugle if you think about it. I think it would look really cool in the city and have some really cool features and minifigures. Examples of some minifigures that they could add, maybe like Ultron and stuff, because we didn't get Ultron in many sets and he's quite a rare minifigure nowadays. Or things like Hulk. We actually don't get Hulk the most often in his big fig form, so that would be quite cool to get as well. And just the whole Avengers team. Because you also have the Quinjet, which uses the old Avengers team, but I think we need an updated new one that has every single Avengers in one set. That would be super cool, and you could have like the meeting table and everything in there. I think it would just be amazing how they could make this, and how they could have so much happening. You could have like Iron Man flying out of it, because you know, on the Sanctum Sanctorum, they added little studs around, so you could have things flying around. So I think they could do that with this. Because there's so many flying superheroes like Thor or Iron Man, you could have them flying around the tower fighting other villains. That'd be awesome, and I think it would add some really cool features to this set. Also, it would just be an amazing display set and be a really long build if you think about it. It would probably be the biggest LEGO Marvel set of all time, which would be insane, and I really hope that it would, because I don't really like the Hulkbuster being the biggest LEGO Marvel set of all time. It's not very good representation on Marvel's part, because that's a really bad set, really overpriced, and really doesn't reflect what LEGO Marvel's like. So that was things that LEGO needs to add to their Marvel lineup of LEGO sets. The Avengers Tower. I really hope you enjoyed this video. I really hope you agree with me on these points that you think that we should add a modular Avengers Tower. I hope you enjoyed. See you all next time.